Hello, everybody. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your Pick a Pile reveal. And this is your heart, love, compassion, self-love. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about self-love. I want to talk about caring for yourself. I want to talk about setting up boundaries. And I also want to talk about not feeling that you have to be the one to take care of everybody else. Not feeling that you have to be the one to take on the responsibility of people who don't want or don't feel the need to take care of their own responsibilities because you are there. It's almost like you're enabling someone, right? That's what I want to say with the heart. And with this heart, sometimes you got to let it go. Sometimes you got to let people go. Sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes you got to love yourself and them enough to walk away from whatever the situation is. And I know it's difficult to walk away from family and friends. I know it's very difficult to walk away from something that you've always known. I know it's very difficult to walk away from something that has been a part of your life for so very long. And I know sometimes it's fear that holds you back. And sometimes we have to love ourselves enough to let go. We have to love ourselves enough to know that what we are doing isn't helping. What we are doing is enabling. What we are doing is allowing them to make excuses for not being their best self or making excuses to fail, right? Oh, I don't have to do anything because ABC will be there to do it for me. I don't have to get up and exercise because this person is there to do it for me. I don't have to get up and clean or do this and do that because this person is there for me. I don't have to take responsibility for all of this because I know that person is here for me and they love me enough that they will. We have to stop enabling people. We have to stop making excuses for people's bad behavior. And we have to walk away from situations that we know are not conducive to our happiness or our growth. And this is all about loving yourself enough to know when that has to happen. Loving yourself enough not to beat yourself up over walking away. Does that make sense? So what do we have? Strategy. So we talked about walking away. And sometimes we need to log that out. We need to make a game plan. Sometimes I know it's a financial thing, right? We stay where we are or we do what we do, not just because we feel obligated, but because it's a financial thing too. There goes everything on the floor. But because it's a financial thing too. So we have to save our money. We have to strategize. We have to plan for the future. We have to... that key is the knowledge that's hidden within yourself. And sometimes we have to... And I know it's very difficult to do, that sometimes we have to be real with ourselves. We have to open ourselves up and we have to say, I recognize and I understand that what I'm doing here isn't beneficial for the growth of myself, and it isn't beneficial for the growth of the people that I am allowing to behave badly, that I am doing everything for. Right? It's not conducive to their health or mine, mentally, physically, or emotionally, to continue to take the burdens of other people on myself and make excuses for, one, why I need to be here and do what I'm doing, and two, why they aren't taking responsibilities for themselves. So the moment you strategize and look toward the future and step out of what isn't conducive for your happiness and growth is the moment that things start happening for you. This is the moment that Spirit says, so now that you're out of this place to where you're taking responsibility for everybody else, now that you have released and let go of that energy, let's talk about what you would like to do. What would you like to do? Would you like to journal? Would you like to write? Would you like to make music? Would you like to do art? What ignites your passion? What are you passionate about? What do you want to do? What inspires you, right? And then we have the card of uniqueness. Uniqueness. I accept my own nature. Change me, divine beloved, into one who embraces my own uniqueness. Let me accept my own nature completely, knowing it. Knowing it, period. 2 is divine. May I love myself as I am, not as others say I should be, right? And these people or whatever situation that you're in, may be using tactics to keep you to stay. Look what I have done for you, been here for you all this time, da 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 da. And they may try to convince you that the reason why you are where you are is because of them. And I want to say that the reason why you are where you are is because of you, right? And if someone truly loves you, and if someone truly is here for you, then there would be no, if it wasn't for me, there would be no you. Or if it wasn't for what we did for you, where would you be? If someone truly loves you, they wouldn't use blackmailing techniques to keep you from being in a situation that isn't beneficial to you, right? So remember that. Remember that and trust that. Trust that and trust the process and love yourself. You can't make this up, guys. Love is the foundation of your existence. And you're just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. So what Spirit is saying here, I feel what Spirit is saying here, is that you have something inside of you that desires to be presented to the world. A passion inside of you that desires to come out. A passion that is scratching to come out. A uniqueness that wants to project you into a time of opportunity, a time of love, a time of stability, a time of trust, a time of this, of this, and this, and this, and this. And because of where you are, and because of how much you love the people that you're with, you're sacrificing your own uniqueness, happiness, and love for them and what you're doing for them, right? So Spirit is talking about moving on here. Spirit is talking about making a plan for the immediate future to move forward and trusting in that plan and loving yourself enough to know when enough is enough, when the cords have to be cut. The card that you got from the Island Time Wellness is Runner. Runner in a codependent relationship. Fear of intimacy and listening to ego. So what I kind of get from that is this is a codependent relationship. This is that relationship to where you feel, and you may feel that without you, they couldn't exist. You may feel that if you left, that their life would go to shit. Or you may feel as if you owe them something, which is why you're there. And that could be ego talking too. I mean, you could think that if you left, your life would go to shit and you're that important in their lives or in this situation or in this household or whatever, to think that, hey, if I left, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves. But there has to be this realization, there has to be this wake up, there has to be this trusting the moment that the longer you are where you are, the more codependent this relationship becomes. Whether it's you codependent or they're codependent on you codependent on them, regardless of that, there needs to be a separation here. There needs to be distance here. There needs to be a stepping out on one's own and trusting that the passion within yourself and the uniqueness that you have to give to the world, have to love yourself enough to know that, first of all, to release fear, and second of all, to know that you are worth everything that comes on the other side of this, right? So that is September. And so for October, we have Angel of Balance. And this is finding that balance. This is finding where you are, right? I mean, if you don't want to leave the situation or the relationship, the friendship, the partnership, then you got to find a way to where you're doing what you need to do for you, but you're not also doing everything for somebody else. You are not also allowing them to what's the word? Allowing them to continue their bad behavior, or allowing them to be stagnant, or allowing them to not be useful in any way, you know? So it's like if you had a friend and you lived with this friend and you did everything. You fed the dog, you did the dishes, you did the laundry, you did this, you did that, you did that, you did that, even though you're kind of like a guest in their home because you were invited to come, you know, to help or whatever. And so now you find yourself doing everything. You find yourself cooking, you find yourself cleaning. So you become the one who is now taking care of the household, and there is no one else contributing. You know, there's this allowing other people not to take responsibility for themselves because they know that you will take responsibility for everything. So there needs to be a balance if you're staying. There needs to be this you doing what you need to do for you, allowing your uniqueness to come out, trusting that uniqueness to be beneficial to you, loving yourself enough to know that you have a life of your own. And this life of your own, every minute you choose to carry the burdens of others, is time lost for you and what you want to do, your passions, your dreams, your desires. So think about that. We talked about carrying the burdens of others, and that's exactly what the Ten of Wands is. The Ten of Wands is carrying the burdens of others and not being able to find that balance into where your burdens are yours and their burdens are theirs. Because right now you're carrying the burden of everybody. And no one cares how that is for you. No one cares how that makes you feel. No one cares that by you carrying the burden of everything and everyone, that it just dims your fire, your passion, your flame, right? Because on the other side, there is no passion, there is no fire, there is no flame. There's complacency, right? There's comfortability. But you have this fire, you have this passion, you have this flame. And each responsibility that is projected onto you, it dims it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until you're just, you know, it is what it is, right? So you have to find a balance. What responsibility and obligations are yours, and what responsibility and obligations are not yours, and you no longer carry those. People now have to start doing for themselves. You are no longer going to be the person who takes care of everybody else. You're no longer going to feel obligated to do that. You're no longer going to be the one who gets everything dumped on them while everybody else is living their comfortable existence, right? Because now we have to start thinking about ourselves. Now we have to start thinking about number one. We have emotions. I release strong emotions. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who can easily access all my feelings. Let me bless and release anger, resentment, and bitterness. May I release any emotions that block happiness and contentment. So this is stepping into your divinity. This is stepping into your power, your creativity, your sensuality, stepping into your intuition, opening up your heart, speaking your truths, connecting to spirit and source, opening up that third eye, recognizing and realizing, is this relationship or partnership, is it friendship, business, whatever, is it beneficial to you? Is it allowing you to be your true authentic self? Or do you have to, while you're carrying the responsibilities of everybody else, do you have to walk on eggshells? Do you have to keep your emotions in? Can you not speak your truth? Can you not be your true authentic self? If you are taking on the responsibilities of not just you, but everybody else, but are not allowed to be your true authentic self and to speak your true self and to release whatever it is that you need to release because of the situation that you're in, then it's not a balanced relationship. It's not a balanced relationship if you try to speak your truth and someone is constantly there to be combative, and then you get to the point to where, you know what, it's not worth speaking my truth at all, so I'm just going to be quiet and I'm just going to let whatever happens. And that's not you being your unique truthful self. That is you allowing someone else to That is you conforming to someone else's situation, right? So there has to be some sort of plan here to move forward, to get out, to move in a completely different direction. You have all of the answers. We have a father's love here. A father's love for his son and daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unacquainted. What is that word? In that it can be tapped into any time of whatever or for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of strong bonds any of us, one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So you and your father have a very unique bond, and he could be guiding you from the other side and trying to help you recognize this situation, or he could be here kind of maybe offering you the advice that you need or the answers that you need in order to determine what you need to do, right? This could be a family relationship. This could be a family dynamic thing. And it could be very much you living with a family, or this could be your husband, significant other, a partner, or people who are very, 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 very close to you, who has over time just really put all of their trust and faith into you to take care of everything. And it has kind of worn you down to the point to where Spirit is saying, we believe that enough is enough. We believe that now is the time for let them take care of their own responsibilities and obligations, and you kind of step back and step away. We have twin flame here, yin and yang, balance, union, duality, coupling, completing each other. So this could, again, I said it could be a relationship, or it could be a partnership. It could be you really needing to come into balance with this situation and how this makes you feel and what you need to do. And as far as moving forward and moving on or moving away from this particular situation. So we have the temple path. So the temple path is finding a place that helps you tap into that connection to source, to help you find the answers that are within you, or help you tap into the fatherly guidance that's around you. And I love that we have the father's love here and this older gentleman who is very wise. So it could be your father guiding you from spirit, or it could be your father guiding you in life, trying to guide you on how, not trying to guide you on how to move away from this relationship. Or this could be an older gentleman who you look as a father relationship. It could be someone trying to help you on how to guide you out of this relationship, or maybe even giving you advice because they are wiser and older on how to talk openly about how you feel in regards to this relationship, helping you to express your emotions in ways that whomever you need to have this conversation with can help you. So the temple path is finding that place, that path to where you're able to connect to the divine, connect to your loved ones, connect to the answers that you seek. And we talk about stepping into your strength and stepping into your power. You are in a position, or you have the power and the strength and the courage to navigate this situation in your favor, right? The people or persons who have been navigating it for so long, you have been allowing this because you live in their home, or because you feel devoted to them, or because they're family, right? But sometimes we have to say enough is enough. Sometimes we have to trust the process. We have another trust card here. Change me, divine beloved, into one who wants what you want for me. Let me trust that my needs will always be met in the highest way when I allow you to guide me. So we have trust here with the temple path, which again, the temple path is connecting to spirit and source. Being in a place that allows you to connect to spirit, that allows you to connect to the divine. And we have not just one, but two trust cards, and we have one answer. So while you're on this temple path, while you are connecting to spirit, source, or your loved ones, Spirit is saying, trust the answers that are coming through. Trust the process. Trust that whomever you are reaching out to, be it your angels, your guides, your guardians, or God, that the answers that the answers that you are receiving are being received are being presented from a higher power and are for your best good and in your best interest. So we have intuitive nudge. Intuition is the language of your soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. So again, trusting your intuition, trusting your uniqueness, trusting love, trusting the answers you receive from your intuition. And we talk about talent, and we had uniqueness and love here and trust here earlier in September, and we're in November now. You have this unique ability to do something. And the more time that you spend being devoted to whatever this is, the more your uniqueness is, the more whatever this talent is just being pushed down, is just being pushed back. Because the more you're giving to others, the more you are being that person for other people, carrying those burdens, carrying those responsibilities and obligations, the less you have to give to yourself. And that is, and pretty soon that turns into resentment and anger. It does. It turns into resentment and anger. You start resenting others from keeping you from doing what you need to do because you're constantly doing for them and what they want you to do. You find resentment in carrying the responsibilities and burdens of others because they refuse to carry their own. You become angry or bitter because you're not allowed to express how you feel, because when you do, people take it personally and they overreact, and then now you feel guilty about that, which then in turn causes more resentment. So if you're speaking to God, to source, to spirit, to the universe, trust these answers, trust what is being said, trust the guidance, and release any burdens that you're carrying, and start making plans to go from where you are to where you desire to be. Cupid's arrow. It's interesting that we have twin flame and Cupid's arrow, but it's also interesting here that we have a codependent relationship. So this could be a relationship, a partnership. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise, intuition, or meeting. Surprise. What the hell does that? Why don't I wear my glasses? Surprise, intuition, or meeting, hesitation. So have faith. Love is coming. A surprise, intuition, or meeting, and hesitation. So don't be hesitant, for one thing. Don't be that. Don't be hesitant to express how you feel. Don't be hesitant to recognize the truth. If this is a relationship, another relationship is coming. Love is coming. A surprise is coming. So there's a shift here in these 3 months. September, October, November. There's a shift. We're going from this codependent relationship to a balanced union that completes each other. So we're moving from a codependent relationship, which is probably with where you are and what you're doing, your situation. And once you release all of that baggage and burdens and you recognize the answers and all of that, You move out of that codependent relationship, be it with family, friends, lovers, partners, whatever, into a more sustainable relationship. So that's interesting. So I'm wondering if the way this works is that if you are connected with people who you feel that you are doing so much for and that depend on you so much that you are unable to have a life of your own. In the moment that you release all of that responsibility and obligation and find the balance that you need, does a more prominent, loving, balanced relationship come into your life. That's an interesting thing here. It's an interesting thing. And I get it. I know exactly what it's saying. I do. So if you've chosen the heart card, this is it. This is pile number 3. There you have it. Oh, I almost forgot this. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered and if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the real secret. You have infinite potential, and you are infinite potential. Loving you so much. Rainbows explode in the ethers. That says, loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ethers. That's funny. So know that you're divinely guided and loved, my friends. Talk soon.